Hello, Facebook family. This is Christian Academy of Arts and Sciences coming to you with something I have really wanted to do for many years for my homeschool and never quite had myself enough together in advance enough time in order to make it a reality. And today, I still feel like there's 500 other things that I could have done, but because I want to make the video, I'm going to go ahead and make it. If I had the energy, I would have put on a little bit of makeup. But if I did that, our first day of school is tomorrow, and it's only going to get downhill from there. Anyway, I'm going to turn this camera around and let y'all get a look at the homeschool. Let's see. All right, here we go. So this is the way our homeschool goes. I have made some changes this year. Usually we had Trinity and my middle daughter Grace and my son Joshua. But this year I switched Joshua up with Trinity. I don't even remember why, but for whatever reason, he's up here now. Grace says she still wanted to be in the middle, and Trinity is back toward the back. The way we have this set up is I put all of their work texts at their desk, and they have their own reference text, have a chore chart, they have a cork board where they can put things that they want, and this is a new addition this year. Everybody has a basket. I must be really in my middle age because they're constantly complaining about being hot. And I'm was previously sitting over a overhead projector and burning up. But no longer. We have upgraded this year. So Grace keeps her blanket with her at all times. She's cold upstairs, she's cold downstairs, she's cold all the time. Trinity has a couple of blankets and she keeps hers with her as well. She has a class pet. Let's see, there's Froggy, is an aquatic frog. And we hatched him from a tadpole probably, it's been 8 years ago. I didn't realize he would last this long, but yet and still we're taking care of him. So these are their belongings. They have their work texts. They have books that they're going to be reading this year. If they have any cursive formation writing guide, things that we probably will never get around to, plus reference text. And of course, she has her chore chart as well. I have a little bit of a hook right here that they don't like to use, but I have it sitting on there today. So we're starting off right. As of December of 2019, everybody has their own laptop. And this year I elected to use, instead of a paper planner, we have moved to a completely online planner. It's called homeschooltracker.com. It was cost, I think, maybe $60 for the year. But so far, haven't started school yet, but so far I'm in love with it. Back here on this bookshelf, I keep up with the things that I'm going to be doing. So these are teacher manuals. This is DVDs for Spanish. These are, teaching aids. I don't know, books that I keep here are things that we're planning on reading this actual school year, or using this school year. I don't want to have to go upstairs or to the living room bookshelf for things that I am going to use. Other teaching aids I keep over here on my desk. Oh, this is something I started last year, which was recommended by North Carolina Homeschool Educators Association. I used to keep the test and the test key together over there, but I was given the advice that if you have middle or high school students, that we should not leave a temptation for them to do any cheating. So I now keep the answer books over here. Teaching aids, these are transparencies that I used to use for an overhead projector that used to sit right here and would project onto this what do you call that? It's like a screen that you pull down, retractable screen. But I'm not using that this year. This year, I bought this little device. Grace and Trinity have one this same size. Joshua has a big one that he uses for his animation. This is kind of how I came up with it. But we'll be using whiteboard on our computers. So I'll use the desktop. Each of them will use their laptops. And so I'm hoping that the technology holds up. If it doesn't, I still have an overhead projector, some overhead projector sheets, and I even have the old school grease markers. So if need be, we can always go back to low tech. Oh, the other new thing I added this year was this Native American Nations map. I've had this Welcome to Dr. Staten's Homeschool Classroom for about 3 years. This is the first year it's ever been up. The virtue poster I moved up over here, and we got new classroom rules. So hopefully things will work out. Last year we started what was called a Charlotte Mason. I guess they call it a morning basket. I never really called ours a morning basket, but we have do it 1 day a week, Charlotte Mason music study, a poetry study. They had an animal study, but I didn't like the animal study. So we do a picture study, and then we also do a person of interest. And the person of interest has been our favorite part. We've done Martin Luther King, we've done Malcolm X. People on our list for this year are Charles Manson, Jeffrey Dahmer. We have Marie Curie. We just have lots of people that they might want to know more about, and it's been their favorite part of the day. Another Charlotte Mason thing that I added last year that's been almost the best 5 minutes is what's called a scripture memory box. If you don't know about this, you really need to find out about it. Grace, my middle daughter, memorized so much scripture and was so good at it when she was doing Awana. And I dare say that we never went back to reiterate all of that scripture. She even won this Timothy Award for learning every piece of scripture there was in the Awana. And she did what normally is accomplished in 4 years in 3 years. So it was amazing. So, but this scripture memory box allows us to learn a scripture, to review it, to never actually ever put it back down. And it literally takes less than 5 minutes, but solidify scripture in our minds. So let's see, other things that we have around here. I would have, got this a little more organized if I had more time, but I don't. So this is like, what comes in here. Always looking for a little screwdriver, so I keep this one in here. We got whiteout for when I need it, if I need to glue something together. This is wet erase markers that I bought before I knew I was going all electronic. And then, extra pencils, blank note cards. And then I keep my school records in here. And also on this shelf, this room was intended to be a home office. But the home office, just didn't work because I didn't want the schoolroom to be upstairs. In fact, I don't even want bedrooms to be upstairs, but it is what it is. So we got rid of our home office, and but there are some things in here that actually belong to the home office, and these are files for things that I need to keep up with. All the rest of this is school stuff. This cart we added last year as well. It is actually a sewing cart, but I use it for our science experiments. Grace is going to be 9th grade this year, but she started biology in 8th grade and did not finish the course. So we're starting off this year, I think, on lesson 89, and we'll complete all the way through the rest of the year because she's planning on becoming a veterinarian and she loves the life science, and the last part of biology for Abeka was animal science, and so she does not want to skip animal science. So we'll finish the rest of that before we move on to physical science in January. Anyway, I hope this was beneficial to somebody. The things that I love about this classroom are that we all have our own desk, we all have our own workspace, and everything that I need is mostly in this room. I have a craft closet where I couldn't fit everything in here, but we don't do crafts as part of the school day anymore because, well, the kids are bigger now. So It's just perfect as far as that's concerned. The biggest problem is that there's no door. And the way it looks right now, I'm so proud of it. But by Wednesday, if anybody comes by here unannounced, I'll be mortified for them to look in this room as they walk past here. But I'm trying to keep in mind that this is just a short-term solution. Because Joshua's in 11th grade and he's taking community college classes. Grace is in 9th grade. She'll do 10th grade. And then after that, she'll be doing some community college classes. And then Trinity's in middle school. So, 6th grade, we have about 6 more years. And then Kevin's looking forward to having his office back. Anyway, give me some thumbs up or something. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.